Good art does not sell itself. And I think this is another one of those ideas that we just perpetuate, like, oh, if you're good enough, then you will get the job. Or if the work is good enough, people will notice. And that's simply not true. What is up, artists and movers? Welcome back to my channel where we are taking our love for dance to the next level. My name is Gaylyn Lareese, and we are really going to be talking about taking ourselves to the next level today because we are talking about business, and more importantly, why dancers should think of themselves as a dance business. But before we get into this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I do so much content here on dance and basically anything dance related. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend, especially a dance friend who needs this message, because honestly, I feel like every single dancer does. If you are new here on my channel, you may not know that I am really passionate about dance and entrepreneurship coming together to help dancers create more fulfilling lives. And the reason why is because I feel like we're fed this narrative of the starving artist and that we're meant to have these struggle-filled lives where we're constantly living paycheck to paycheck. And I don't believe that's so. And so that is why I started my club Dancers Moved by More, which is a supportive community for dancers looking to create more intentional work, use more of their skills and talents, and just be more of an impact in their community. But all of that is based off of the idea that they are living as a dance business and not solely just looking at themselves as dancers. So in this video, I'm gonna break down 8 different reasons why you should be thinking of yourself as a dance business and not just a dancer. So if you're ready for these 8 reasons why, let's jump into this video. My first reason why you should think of yourself not just as a dancer, but as a dance business is because auditions are becoming fewer and fewer. I have lived here in Los Angeles for 3 years, and I can honestly say in that time, I've only been to a handful of auditions that I felt were actually a good fit for me. There are so few to come by, and honestly, the way that a lot of people are booked is through direct booking, which is when a choreographer already knows someone that they want to hire on a job, and they basically hit up their agent and say, hey, can you book this person on this job for me? So the playing field as far as coming to Los Angeles and just going to an audition and getting picked is really uneven. And that's not to say that people don't get picked from auditions, it definitely happens, but the chances are a lot fewer. And so if you look at yourself as a dance business and really think about how you can promote what it is you're good at and what it is the kind of work that you want to do, you can kind of create those opportunities for yourself since they're not being given to a lot of people from others. This is why it is so important to make sure that your social media really reflects not only who you are, but the kind of work that you want to do, because people on Instagram or YouTube or whatever social media you choose are scrolling through to find work that is kind of already an example of the stuff that they're looking for. And so that's kind of what I've been doing with my own YouTube channel and Instagram, is just showing the kind of work that I actually want to do and showing the things that I'm actually passionate about. And it has been attracting way more people and helped me level up in a way that I wasn't when I was just waiting for auditions to come around. My second reason why dancers should think of themselves as a dance business and not just as a dancer is because thinking of yourself as a dance business allows you to have more of a sense of autonomy. And autonomy simply means having control over yourself and your life and your future. And I feel like because of the way that dancers are trained a lot of times, we're constantly told that we have to wait for the opportunity to come, or that if you just dance well enough, someone will eventually see you. And the truth is that if you want to have a really full career, I think it really takes having a sense of self. And so that is what takes someone from just teaching at a dance studio to being someone who likes to focus on educating other dance teachers about how to work with teenagers and creating a career where they get to tour and do workshops on educating teenage dancers. That is a career, whereas just working at a dance studio, that's kind of just a job.
Sorry, this is editing Gaylyn popping in, but this is exactly what some of you guys' favorite heels dancers are doing. They're not booking a bunch of jobs where they're dancing in heels. They're creating their own platforms. They're offering their own classes. They're doing collabs with brands and just creating their own business so that they can have the kind of career that they want. And I know it can be more comfortable to just think of ourselves as dancers, but by thinking of yourself as a business, you get to not only create the kind of work that you want to do, but in the way that you want to do it.
My third reason why dancers should think of themselves more as a dance business and less as just a dancer is because dancers possess so many hard and soft skills. And I talked about this past week in the club, but basically because we are dancers, we have to also be able to do so many different things. We have to have really great communication skills. We have to have good organizational skills. If you choreograph or teach, you have to have a really good sense of time management and understanding how you're going to use the time when you're in the studio. And thinking of ourselves as a business can help you realize some of those skills that you may have that you didn't even realize. Outside of those soft skills, we also actually have other hard skills. And so maybe you are good at accounting, or maybe you're really good at editing videos. How can you combine that with your love for dance to create more opportunities for yourself to make more money? And I talk about this in one of my past videos, so I will be sure to leave it up here, but it is on dance business ideas for 2020. And I did that whole video because I wanted to show that dancers have so many skills, and if we can combine them and figure out how to use them strategically, we can make so much more money and stop living in a way that's, the starving artist mindset. My fourth reason why dancers should think of themselves as a dance business and not just as a dancer is because of the tax write-offs. And I personally have my own business. I have Motion Prep, which is a product-based business. I have the club, I have this YouTube channel. And so by having my own small business, I am allowed to have some of the tax write-offs that are involved in that. And a lot of times dancers, when they are in the industry, they're still trying to create their own work. They're still trying to do concept videos and things like that. And it's harder to do that when you don't have the funds. So by thinking of yourself as a business and really creating a system in which you'll get some of that money back, it kind of creates more cash flow for you to try different things and be more creative and see what opportunities you can create for yourself outside of the ones that are just given to you. I'll be sure to leave a link right up here to a video I did not so long ago on taxes and how to just get yourself together if you are looking to create a creative business. My fifth reason why dancers should think of themselves as a dance business and not just as a dancer is because we have a finite amount of time to actually be performers. So I like to think of it like a pair of exclusive Nikes or something like that. If Nike knows that they're going to be making an exclusive style of a shoe, they will charge more for it because they know that the time that they can actually make money off of that shoe is a lot shorter than a pair of shoes that they've been selling for the past 4 or 5 years. So you have to think of your dance talent in the same way. Everyone knows that the age of retirement for a professional dancer as far as performance is typically around 34 to 35 years old. And of course, people can go into choreography after that, but as a performer, we have a very small window of time where we are actually able to capitalize off of all of our skills. And so because of that reason, we have to think of ourselves as a business and really think how we can expand and how we can really make the most of that small amount of time that we have. And I think that's where a lot of dancers miss the mark, is because they are so excited to do a job that they're willing to take extremely low pay without realizing that the time that they're able to dance at that level in their lives is short. And so they actually should be charging more. They actually should be really making sure that they're getting all of the value that they can out of that small amount of time. And so by thinking of yourself as a business, thinking of your dancing ability as a product or service really can help you rewire how you're charging and how much you're expecting people to pay you. My sixth reason why dancers should think of themselves as a dance business and not just as a dancer is because dance makes everything better. Think about all the commercials and all of the ads that you've seen. The ones that have dance in them tend to do better or tend to have this element of popularity that a lot of commercials don't. And that's not to say that every single dance commercial is better, but that's just to say that dance is a really effective tool. And Carla Stalling Huntington really talks about this in Black Social Dance in Television Advertising. In it, she says that dance is biological and that it has positive physiological results, including pleasure, happiness, and a sense of relief. Movement conveys sophisticated meanings in a more compact and rapid manner than speech does. And I really think that speaks to why dance is so valuable, because it has the way of speaking to the minds and the emotions of people way quicker than simple speech can. Purchasing power really lies in the consumer's emotions. So often we purchase things and subscribe to things not because of the actual value that they give, but because of how it makes us feel or what memories it reminds you of. And dance is able to do that. And if we realize how valuable that is and almost pitching ourselves in a way that shows, hey, this is what I'm able to do for you. These are the positive results that I'm able to give with my dance talent. It'll help make sure that our talent is just as valuable for us as it is for the other people that we give it to. My seventh reason why dancers should think of themselves as dance businesses and not just dancers is because good art does not sell itself. And I think this is another one of those ideas that we just perpetuate, like, oh, if you're good enough, then you will get the job. Or if the work is good enough, people will notice. And that's simply not true. And I don't know if maybe that was true before, but in the world that we live in now, it's not. And we all can think of musicians or other kinds of artists whose work maybe isn't the best, but they get shine because they are not afraid to promote themselves and they're not afraid to really market themselves as a product or as a brand. And so as a dancer, you have to do the exact same thing. There's no way around trying to build an audience outside of actually giving the audience something to look at. And so if that involves doing it on a YouTube channel or on Instagram, that's totally up to you. But the fact of the matter is that good art does not sell itself. And if you want people to see what you have to offer, then you have to think of yourself as a business and how you're really going to market toward your desired audience. And we are finally to the last reason, my eighth reason why dancers should think of themselves as a dance business and not just as a dancer is because we got bills, y'all. And not only do we have bills, but we have so much money that we put into honing our craft and staying physically fit. Gym memberships do not pay for themselves, okay? Dance apparel and shoes and makeup, those things don't buy themselves either. And those are all costs that go into us actually showing up and doing the dance. There's so much money that goes behind that. And any company, when they go to create a product, they price it based off of the cost of the supplies that it took to make it. And the same goes for a dancer. The cost of me showing up and being able to do what I do and looking professional and having all of the tools that I need, that has a cost associated with it. And we should all be thinking of ourselves as dance businesses so that we can make smarter decisions when we are creating our rates or when we are accepting the rates that we are accepting. And so by thinking of ourselves as a dance business, it allows for us to really make sure that we are paid what we are worth. And that is it, you guys. Those are my 8 reasons why dancers should think of themselves as a dance business and not just as a dancer. And I'm not saying this to make anyone feel like they're not doing enough, but the fact of the matter is that we're able to do so much more and we already possess those abilities, and we just have to really think about how we're going to show those to other people. And I think a great way to do that is just think of yourself as a business. Think of yourself as a product that you offer or a service that you offer, and how you can make sure that the right people are getting their eyes on you. And so in the next couple of videos that I do, I'm going to be talking more about thinking of yourself as a dance business and how to find your right audience and all that kind of stuff, because I think it's crucial right now in the time we live in. So if you are excited for those videos, then please be sure to subscribe to your girl, and I will see you guys in my next video next weekend. Later.